Alright, let's do a call for an uprising. So a call for an uprising is still doing satanic panic stuff, surprise. There's something to do with the Satanic Temple. For those who don't know, I'm sure I'll talk about this in the video, but the Satanic Temple is basically a political organization that tries to do things for the benefit of the separation of church and state. So they don't literally believe in Satan or worship Satan or anything, but they are a religion, air quotes, that any time something that infringes upon the separations of church and state, or when they can at least, get involved and try and make a statement that you shouldn't be forcing your religion onto other people on, like, government property or with government money. So, for instance, if governments, state governments or whatever, start handing out Bibles or Christian material to kids at schools, they go to those same schools, and they'll either sue or threaten to sue if they don't also let them hand out, like, Satanist coloring books and other stuff. The entire point is to say, you cannot favor one religion, and they do so by using the aesthetics of Satanism, which, of course, Christians freak out about, and that's the whole point. They're not actually Satanists, they're using it to make a point, okay? So, similar things happen, holiday displays, like when there's a nativity scene on government property, sometimes they'll step in and say, you either need to let us put up a satanic thing, or you need to take down the nativity scene. You get it. They do a lot of stuff like that. They're very funny. So Call's freaking out about something they did. Surprise. Mike Mac says, the truth about Ollie. That's true. He is Green Arrow. Puka the Duka, thanks for 300 bits. Kirthan, thanks for gifting a sub. Walking Trash, thanks for 2 months. It says Uwu, and MH Dark Beast says, speaking of the Satanic Temple, you need this shirt for your blasphemous shirt collection. Oh no, what is it? Be gay, hail Satan. I do like that. Anyway, let's check it out. 182% to level 5. Thank you, everyone.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. If you followed my channel for a long time, obviously I cover this every year, almost, because it happens every year. That's the Satanic Temple on Christmas, going to the Capitol Hill somewhere, usually Illinois, and displaying their wonderful, joyful cheerfulness as always.
Call, they're doing it to make a point about the separation of church and state and religious freedom. They don't actually worship or even believe in Satan. Those are different Satanists.
Whether it's a serpent going around a heart or whatever it was last year. Anything they could do to mock Christianity, and of course, pretend to do this under the guise of freedom of religion, which is the exact opposite of what they're trying to do, which I'll get into in a minute.
It's the opposite of freedom of religion for them to exercise their right to put a religious thing in a religious display that's open to different religions to put their holiday stuff there. I don't think that's true.
But this year, they've decided to grace our presence with a baby Baphomet. Ugh, look at that, nice. Huh?
It's honestly cuter than most baby Jesuses I've seen.
Don't you want to go and take a photo with the baby Baphomet?
Kinda. Honestly, yeah.
I mean, really? And the people at Capitol Hill actually allow this to happen. That's the amazing...
Yeah, they legally have to, Call. They legally have to. If they want to put any sort of holiday display, they have to. That's the fun part about putting religious stuff on public property. You have to let anyone do it if you let anyone do it.
Amazing part, because they cower down and they go, well, they're right.
Reminds you of Barnum's Fiji Mermaid. Oh, the Fiji Mermaid is hilarious. Do you guys know about the Fiji Mermaid? Barnum, king of the grift. Fiji Mermaid. Okay, so 2 things about Barnum that I find hilarious. First of all, Barnum's whole thing, he would try and get people through his museum as quickly as possible, his, like, museum of oddities, because the more people he can, filter through, the more people he can get in per day, and he can make more money. That was his whole thing. I want to make money on this scammy bullshit. So he would put signs that say, this way to the egress. people not generally understanding that egress means exit. They thought it was like some bird or some weird thing. So people would go through the displays quickly so they could get to the egress, only to find that egress means exit. Anyway, that's story number 1. Story number 2 is the Fiji mermaid, which is hilarious. Barnum claimed that he had the body of a mermaid, and this is it, that it was like a baby mermaid. Turns out it is a monkey taxidermied to a fish. So, that's fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a grifter. If he was alive today, I would hate him, but in hindsight, I find it funny. In terms of the history of grifts, interesting.
Religious, freedom of religion. Even though, can someone tell me how they're a religion where they claim they don't believe in Satan? I'm still trying.
What are you talking about? They clearly very firmly believe in Satan. How dare you question their religious thing? The thing about it is basically, it's a pretty low bar in the United States to claim you're a religion. Because religious tests are kind of like unconstitutional. So basically, if you file as a religion in a church and file your paperwork properly and do stuff, yeah, they'll often just say, yeah, sure, you're a religion. Muddy says the featherless chicken wings on that thing are killing me.
Trying to figure, they don't, I mean, so they don't believe in Satan. They're more like an organization.
A call for ban evasion? No, not right now. He's not that only counts if he's like actively talking about being banned or ban evading, stuff like that.
Like the LGB. That's pretty much what they're like. But they don't have the guts to admit that they worship Satan when we all know they do. But I'm going to get into this because it's important to see what
Jeff Holiday and John Oliver both started a church. Yeah, you can do it.
This really is about, because they're really doing this for Sol Invictus. Okay, Sol Invictus, which is the worship of the sun god on the 25th, which really is what Christmas is about. But Constantine merged them together, and that's why, a lot of Christians are deceived. I understand.
So why do you care? You don't even like Christmas. Why do you care?
That Christians aren't.
Blackwing Hecate says, LGB, what about us? I honestly don't know why he dropped the T on that one. Since he doesn't like LGB or T, I don't know what his deal is.
Spending the day worshiping the sun god, even though the Satanists will tell you, well, Jesus is the sun god. Right? And all that other nonsense that they try to spew. Sol Invictus is the holiday that they worship, and they're doing it at the Capitol Rotunda with the baby.
I kind of doubt members of the actual Satanic Temple practice unironically celebrating Sol Invictus.
Baphomet. Now, one thing that you need to understand about the Satanic Temple, and it should boil your blood a little bit that your government would allow this, but
they have to constitutionally. If you put up Christmas stuff, which is a religious holiday, or at the very least, if you're putting up Christmas stuff that is explicitly religious, then, surprise, you have to let other people on, put up their Hanukkah stuff, or Kwanzaa stuff, or what other holidays are going on. Oh, the serfs. Thanks, Lance. Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah. Welcome to Tinfoil Tuesday. Here we look at conspiracy theories, often right-wing conspiracy theories. A lot of them are these days, surprise. And basically make fun of them. Today we have a kitty cam because I got a brand new kitty today. I hope you had a good stream, Lance. Make sure you go check out the Surfs TV here on Twitch. And if you like what you see here, give me a follow. I've been told I'm based. If kids still say based. Poggers? I don't know what kids say. Anyway, continuing, we're watching Call for an Uprising, who is a crazy conspiracy theorist who is really mad that the Satanic Temple has put a baby Baphomet statue in the Illinois Capitol holiday display, which is something they regularly do. These kind of things, in order to ensure separation of church and state, or at least equality in allowing people to put up their religious displays on public property, or take them down altogether. H. Baird says, Sol Invictus means unbroken sun. How does one break the sun? I feel like I have BDSM jokes in my head. But I don't know enough about BDSM to make a funny joke, so I'll just continue and pretend I wasn't set up for a joke. Muddy says, speaking of odd holidays, Happy Yule. I highly doubt anyone else in here celebrates, but I hope you all had a good day anyway. You as well.
But at the same time, I've dealt with the Satanic Temple for quite...
Oh, by the way, Raiders, we do Tinfoil Tuesday bingo. If you do the command exclamation point bingo, you can get a bingo card, 1 card per person, and the first winner of bingo per day gets a gift sub by me. No one's won yet, so you have a chance if you're interested.
Some time, and this is what they do. And it's not about expressing religious...
Oh, sorry, M. Scheffler, I missed your bits. Apologies. M. Scheffler said, if the religious right knew someone was pregnant with baby Baphomet, would they suddenly be pro-abortion? It's a good question. No, they will force you to birth the baby and then they'll immediately throw it in solitary confinement. Until it turns 18, or old enough to be tried as an adult, and then they will execute it in Texas as the Lord intended.
Freedom. Because what they would want to have happen, and I'm sure they're probably planning on it with the CIA to do it, they'd want, the religion of ketchup worshipers to show up dressed as ketchup bottles and say, well, we worship ketchup.
I mean, you could, if you're registered as a religion in the United States, which is actually shockingly easy to do. Get your ketchup on.
And everyone would go, huh? And they go, well, this is our religion. You have to honor it. So we want to put a huge ketchup bottle right there next to the Christmas tree.
Yeah. Weird how that works, huh?
And then the government would go, all right.
Oh, him going, huh? On the bingo card.
This is getting ridiculous, okay? We can't have a baby Baphomet. We can't have a ketchup bottle here.
And yet you do. Weird how that works.
I guess we might as well remove anything that has to do with Christianity. Because the whole purpose of the Satanic Temple is to remove Christianity.
From public spaces that are sponsored by the government. So, on courthouse property or, government property, yeah, the government shouldn't pay for religious things. Sorry, they just shouldn't. But if you're going to, then people are going to try and make this point, and they are going to say, if you allow this, you have to allow this, and you have to allow this, and you have to allow this. That's how it works. Tube Man says, Merry Christmas, baby Baffy. Call. If you want to put a big old nativity scene on your lawn or on your property, like your business or something, no one can stop you. I don't even think anyone would try to stop you. Who cares? I don't care that you're religious. Fine, as long as you don't hurt other people. I don't care. But we're talking about public government property and public funds. Different story.
That's it. They have a few other purposes, I guess. But the reason that they do these things isn't to troll and trigger Christians, even though it does, and they love that. It's to remove Christianity. They don't care if their Baphomet statue's there or not, because eventually it will be, because this is Satan's world. But they want the commandments removed. They want any traces of God removed. They want crosses removed from, cemeteries.
Yeah, 10 commandments on, courthouses, property, should be removed. They're illegal, fun fact.
That are next to soldiers, all this stuff. That's the stuff they fight for. Because they want to remove Christianity. That's what's important to them. That's the purpose they...
Tube Man says, Merry Christmas, baby Baffy. Zarek says, I have a neighbor who sounds and talks a lot like Call. He's also a conspiracy theorist who believes Satanism in the government. Should I knock on his door and ask if he's Call? Not if you want to live. Blackwing Hecate says, okay, this is dumb. Discord somehow does a better job with background replacement of my actual real image than the VTube avatar against a literal perfect chroma key background. The fuck? Don't know. Might be a lighting thing.
Sir. Okay? So you don't have to get angry about it, even though it should make your blood boil. Because these are people who only have the courage to admit that they worship the devil. When, you could look at all their logos, their symbols, how they dress, what they do, what they believe in. It clearly is, but they pretend that they don't, and that's why...
They don't. They're literally using those things intentionally.
They even have their own beef with the...
What counts for ancient wisdom? So, like, if we're talking about alt health nutcases who are, you know, saying, like, oh, you should drink turpentine. Don't do that. It's poison. Or, you know, some other ancient herbal remedy and how it's so much better than modern medicine. That would be ancient wisdom. Or, like, when flat earthers that we cover sometimes say, like, the ancients knew the earth was flat. That's ancient wisdom.
Church of Satan, the other satanic... church or whatever you want to.
The Church of Satan is a different thing. I think that is full of people who either, God, is that the one that actually believes in Satan, or is that just the one that is a religion but uses Satan symbolically? I forget. There's multiple churches of Satan, multiple Satanist organizations.
In this country, they despise them because they think that they're a knockoff, and the fact that they don't admit that they worship Lucifer, I guess, bothers them too. But let's look at what this is. So you can see Sol Invictus. Look at the pictures here I'm showing you on the screen. Does this look familiar to you? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Sol Invictus. Why does that... Oh, is that the Statue of Liberty? Is that Lady Isis? Oh my goodness.
What? That's a Baphomet symbol. What are you talking about?
Isn't that crazy? Look at that, right? You know, the big statue that apparently America stands for. When you ask somebody what's a symbol of America, they say the Statue of Liberty. Well, this is Sol Invictus. You know, this is what they worship. This is the sun god. This is what you...
Oh, did he fuck up and edit this wrong so that this picture didn't show up in time? Kind of seems like it. Whoopsie. Blackwing Hecate says, raid time, folks. Love you. Have fun.
You see...
So he thinks that it's the Statue of Liberty because it's literally a generic head with rays behind it. That's a pretty common... Oh gosh, tableau probably isn't the correct word. That's a common trope in especially classical art. If we're talking about like sun god type things, the idea of a being with like rays of light, that even transferred over into like Renaissance art. Sometimes you see Jesus depicted with the rays of light behind his head. It's not uncommon.
Standing on the shores of America, and always in every movie.
Motif? Okay, thank you. That XY girl says, that's a Roman Emperor coin. Praise the unconquered sun.
As a symbol of what America's supposed to stand for.
Does cat butthole break TOS? I don't think so. Maybe if I sat here and was like, look at this cat's butthole, but if she's just here and we happen to see a cat butthole, I think it's fine. I keep misgendering the cat because we have 2 girl cats and 1 boy now. God damn it.
Because sorry, they're telling you with these signs and symbols what this land stands for, what this world stands for. So this is the logo for them. And then, of course, if you look further into images of Sol Invictus, you even get the Masonic... I mean, you can't make it up, right? You see it says it right next to the thing here, right? Floating on the... Oh, look at the ground. Black and white checkerboard floors. That must be a coincidence, too. Right? He loves black and white checkerboard floors, too.
Call thinks anytime there's black and white checkerboard patterns on the floor, or basically anywhere, he assumes it's Freemasons. So, Freemasons on the bingo card.
Do you want to get down, baby?
Come on, you can use me as a stair step. Come on. Or go the other way.
To the Sol Invictus guy, right? The sun god. He loves black and white tiles. Man, it's crazy. It's nothing to do with devil worship or anything like.
It's not to do with devil worship. What are you talking about?
That, because remember, they don't worship the devil. So the state capitol will have a satanic display alongside other religious art for a 3rd year. The Satanic Temple is returning with an art installation to celebrate the satanic holiday of Sol Invictus. The group conducts advocacy for reproductive rights and the separation of church and state as a tax-exempt religious organization. And meanwhile, by the way, the Satanic Temple is technically tax-exempt as a religious organization.
Of course they are. They're a religious organization. That's how it works. All Christian churches that are 501c3s are also tax-exempt. That's literally how the law in America works, unfortunately.
I did a video on it a few years ago. If you aren't familiar or you don't remember, they legally tried to become exempt, and they cut the line, and Obama signed it immediately. And people were furious because other organizations were waiting in line for years to get reviewed as a...
I don't think Obama personally signs off on what gets to be considered a religion. I don't think that's how anything works. What are you talking about?
Tax-exempt. And they went right to the top.
The president's schedule today. Today I am pardoning a turkey, which happens every day, not just Thanksgiving. They just don't tell us about it. It's a big secret. Let's see. Talk to the ghost of JFK. Golf. And then finally, deciding what counts as a religion. That takes up most of the president's day. Their clone is the one that goes out and does state functions, you know. The real president has more important things to do.
Top of the line, and then they had to come out with articles trying to debunk it. Obama didn't rush that. The Christians made the story up. Yeah.
Okay, which tells me that it probably was a made-up story that Call is believing. Because he does that all the time.
Sure we did. This year's display will feature the satanic deity Baphomet, depicted as a swaddling babe. Or like a swaddling turd. It was designed by Albuquerque-based horror artist Chris P. Andrews. The exhibition will be installed at 1 p.m. Monday in the Capitol Rotunda, overseen by the Satanic Temple's Illinois congregation. This year's tradition marks a greater urgency in the Baphomet's message of harmony and reconciliation. I mean, am I really reading this right now?
They're satirizing Christianity.
The Baphomet represents harmony and reconciliation. I thought he just represented a goat with breasts and a penis. I thought he represented...
It's what we all strive for. Tube Man says, I want to send Call a copy of this anime about Jesus and Buddha as roommates. I've seen this. Not the actual thing. People have sent me this before.
Yes.
That's good.
Represented the horrors of this world. Who knew? Right? Who knew with the Baphomet? Oh, you know, okay. And of course, as above, so below, and many other things. It goes on to say that the group's displays have courted controversy, particularly from the Diocese of Springfield in Illinois and its head bishop, Thomas Paprocki. He recently oversaw the installation of a nativity scene in the Capitol. At the event, Paprocki said satanic displays should have no place in this Capitol or any...
Honestly, from yesterday, I learned that a goat with breasts and a big old donger is exactly what Daddy Sume is into, based on his posts on Twitter yesterday, so...
other place, mocking the millions of Christians in the state of Illinois and billions around the world by depicting the baby Jesus this Christmas with the satanic Baphomet is the very definition of evil and causing division, but that is to be expected from an organization that has existence to troll people of faith.
Then stop trying to use government funds for religious things. They would stop then.
While
Nick says, fuck your feelings, Call.
I agree that they do a lot of things to troll. They have a greater meaning than that. Their purpose, they don't wake up just looking to troll. They do love to troll. But, you know, let's look a little bit deeper there. What is he? Archdiocese. Okay?
I find that funny, too, because why does he give a shit about what the Archdiocese says? Call doesn't like Catholicism.
Purpose is to have your nativity scene removed because they want outrage.
Yeah, put your nativity scene on your... I don't care if everyone in my neighborhood on their property put up a nativity scene. It's their property. They can do what they want with it. I don't care. But government property shouldn't have religious shit on it. Put up a Christmas tree. I don't care about that. I think we all agree, more or less, that Christmas trees are pretty much secular. But if you're going to put up explicitly religious stuff, then you got to let everyone do it. It's simple.
From Christians, and they want the people in government to say, we got to get this satanic stuff out of here. So then they say, all right, we're removing the satanic stuff. So then the Satanic Temple sues them. Okay? So
yeah, they're making a point. That's the entire point.
Somehow the Satanic Temple wins, and then
they win because they're legally correct, Call. What do you mean somehow they win? And then somehow litigation happens.
And they said, okay, you're allowed to put it in there as long as, you know, the Christian stuff's in there, and then they go, fine, we'll remove the Christian stuff too. We won't have any religious stuff inside, and we'll continue to remove all things Christianity from society, like the Ten Commandments, like any statue.
Oh my god, the Ten Commandments things that got put on church lawns were put there in like the 1970s. Why are they acting like Ten Commandments monuments have been on government property for like thousands of years? What?
Of Jesus, like any crosses on graves of soldiers. That is the purpose of what they do. Right there. As simple as that. Despite the diocese's public criticism of the group, it said the bishop is welcome to attend the installation. They said, we've invited the bishop to hold hands with members of the temple while we come together and stand before all religious displays. Well, that's trolling right there, of course.
It's them calling him out. He's saying they're sowing division, and they're saying, come, we'll just hang out and look at all our displays. And he's saying no, thus proving him to be a hypocrite. Call. It's good trolling if I've ever seen it.
Bishop declined the invitation to associate with evil and urges all people of true religious faith to shun the devil. Well, of course, we all agree with that. I don't need to read on anymore. I mean, this is what's going on here. I mean, this is the country. This is what's going on.
When did they stop using crosses for soldiers' graves? Did they? They didn't, and that's okay. For instance, I've been to Arlington. It's a pretty interesting experience. I've been there. And in Arlington, you can get, gravestones that are different. Often they will have... I'll show you guys. Arlington. So Arlington National Cemetery in DC. Interesting place if you've ever been. It's pretty uniform in the gravestones. I don't know if there's like a proper. I don't know if you're not supposed to say gravestones. Sorry, headstones, whatever. They're all pretty uniform, except there will be little religious symbols on them, often because Christianity has been the majority religion in the United States for most of its existence, including today. So all of its existence, actually. Most of them will have crosses, but I've been there, so occasionally you'll see like a Star of David for a soldier who was Jewish, or some other symbol if they were some other religion. Yeah, that's fine. Again, this is a case of it's on government property. However, they're allowing anyone to express their religious faith on the headstones of their loved ones, right? There's one. See, here's the Star of David in this picture. Pretty simple.
Ollie wants to get back up.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Ollie.
Going on in the world. This is what they do. They're eliminating Christianity by doing things like this.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know what the Muslim one looks like. Could be that crescent moon symbol, but I don't want to assume, so I don't know.
This is the purpose of everything that's going on. Okay? The removal of free speech has to do with removal of Bibles, and hate speech, they're going to use the Bible as a...
Nick says, I don't think Call likes the Constitution very much. Of course he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he's a Christian supremacist.
example of hate speech because of some of the things in the Bible about certain...
He's literally said before he wants people like me, because I'm trans, to, like, be locked up. And that's a nicer thing he said. He also said he wants to, like, stand on our necks and have scorpions sting us, which is kinky, but I'm not into it, so... Is he down here?
Group of people and the thing that they like to do up the Hershey Highway, and they're going to say that that's hateful and it needs to be removed. It's coming at some point in time. You can count.
No one's going to stop you from reading the Bible, Call, or having a Bible, or buying Bibles, or producing Bibles, or giving Bibles to people. The same amendment that allows the Satanic Temple to put this up next to nativity scenes is the same one that gives you the right to have your religion. As long as they're protected, you're also protected, and that's the entire point. Chrysia says the Satanic Temple received tax exemption in 2019 under Trump. Of course it did. That's funny. Nice.
Down on it. And look, this is a Capitol building. I mean, Capitol Rotunda, you know? No insurrection going on there, though. I guess the CIA didn't plan that one. You know? Why would they? They only planned the placing of the Baphomet baby. They didn't need to plan they had to plan the other one. Anyway, this is what's going on. If there's more to it, I'll cover it. It's not a huge deal. It's not a huge surprise. Well, it is a huge deal. But, I mean, it's been going on and on and on. And the purpose
Is there an actual cat on the other side of the door?
Oh, both of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, they
of it, again, people don't
almost right up against all
Yeah.
these.
Oh yeah, false flag on the bingo card. Hydrate.
Hi, girls.
seem to understand. They want you to be outraged because they want the people in Congress to...
So you are correctly... What? You're reacting how you think they want you to react? Because you're clearly outraged.
remove the satanic stuff so that they can sue Congress and sue the state.
And Cassie.
And then by doing so and then winning in court, which happens most of the time, they're forced to either put the satanic stuff out or remove the Christianity.
Yeah.
And they'd rather remove the Christianity than deal with having a baby goat
On public property, yeah?
in their lobby with breasts and a penis. Because it's embarrassing. Plain and
He's very obsessed with the fact that Baphomet has both titties and a penis. Call, I have titties and a penis too. What's the obsession? They're both fun. Chill out.
simple. You imagine walking in there, you're in, well,
Was the anal sex jab also the gay agenda? I wouldn't say that's the gay agenda as much as just homophobia.
all the people in government worship it anyway. But just imagine being from another country and you come, you're like, I'm going to go to the Capitol building in Illinois. And they walk in there.
What accent is that? And who from another country comes to the United States and is like, ah, yes, my dream is to go to the Illinois Capitol.
And there's just a goat with a breast and a penis in the lobby. I mean,
I'd be like, fuck yes, finally, I've found a free country. Dun, 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 dun. I don't want to live in a country where I can't go into the capital of a state and see a baby with tits and a dick, okay? This is America, motherfucker. Get that commie shit out of here. What, your capitals don't have baby Baphomet tit dick baby? Fucking commies.
how embarrassing. Imagine worshiping it on top of it. That's even more embarrassing. Anyway, I want to let everyone know, check out the website at callforanuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. If you haven't checked it out, I recommend you do. It's a great website with great people and great information being shared. I want to thank the patrons. Because of you, it keeps me here on YouTube, so thank you so much for your support.
I was gonna point the camera to show... Would not have been an appropriate angle. Okay. Sorry. I didn't want to show people your butt. Ignore my many Coke cans. There we go.
And again, I want to thank everyone out.
It's not like I'm naked.
No, you're wearing pants. You're just wearing leggings and you were situated in a way that I could very clearly... I was interested. Let me say that. I don't need anyone else to be interested.
There for constantly, the nice comments, the thumbs ups. It really helps encourage. Encouragement helps. I go through ups and downs a lot. I struggle just like everybody else does in this world, and I really do appreciate the support. It means a lot to me, so thank you so much. I hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families.
Call... What is his fucking problem? So weird. He's posting less than he used to. He used to post like 4 videos a day, and now he's posting 1 or 2, and some days he doesn't post at all. It's interesting. I'm wondering if he's finally getting whittled down from all the bans. I hope so.